Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Celente, and it's Thursday, October 16th, 2025. And get ready for your trends in the news. The trend is your friend, and we're giving it to you like nobody, anywhere, any place. And if you could find it, let us know. Again, subscribe to the Trends Journal if you want to read history before it happens. Hey, here's the cover of this week's Trends Journal. All right. In gold we trust. We gold you so. Let's see. The gold market's still going on right now, but it's up about $90 today, selling at $4,296 an ounce. And remember, right there in your Trends Journal, and this is why you subscribe to the grand total of $2.59 a week. In September 2023, we call the bottom of gold when it hit 1,850. Facts are there. It was even on King World News talking about it, and he remembers it and tells it to everybody. Oh, and then what was our cover? That was September, October, November, December, January. 4 months later, the golden year for gold, January 2nd. Gold went up some 30% last year, and now it's flying off the roof as well as silver. But again, only by the facts. Only by the facts. The mainstream media does not want you to know about this. Just before I went on the air, went to CBS.com. Not a peep about it on their front page articles. Nothing. Zero. It only went up $90 today when we went on the air. $90. Nothing. Nothing. Hey, how about the Wall Shit Journal, huh? That costs $5 a day. Here it is. The business section. Look at the articles. One after another. They were all there. You see anything about gold? Anything about gold? You find anything? We don't see anything. No, nothing. They don't want you to know how bad things are. We are in the wildest time of my lifetime, and we got a wildcat running the show in a country near you. One piece of scum crap after another. I like little Gatson Macron with a pecker the size of this pen if he has one. Oh, no. How about that little arrogant boy Starmer over there in the UK? Oh, remember the freak before him? Boris Johnson? That the best cartoonist in the world couldn't come up with a freakier looking clown, shithead, scumbag, fucking prick like him? Oh, yeah, the one that stopped the agreement that would have not begun the Ukraine war. Yeah, that little scumbag. And now we got nerds over there in Germany, and we're building up our military because we have to kill more Russians. We didn't kill enough in World War II. Now we got to kill more in World War III. Yep, there he is. Again, we call it like nobody else anywhere. You know why? Because they're ballless little fucking scumbags in the media world. No magazine matches the Trends Journal. And again, hit the like button because we're getting shadow banned. So going back to the markets are still on when I came on the air, but they were closing down in about 10 minutes. And the Dow was down about 300 points. The S&P 0.8%, and the NASDAQ was down 0.7%. You ready? This is CNBC. Regional banks, Zions and Western Alliance, fell to their lows of the day as indexes rolled over. Zions plunged 13% after taking sizable charges because of bad loans to a couple of borrowers. Western Alliance dropped 11% after alleging a borrower had committed fraud. Go back to your Trends Journal. This is just the beginning. You're going to see the office building bust that's going to bring down regional banks. And then Following the office building bust, the banks go bust. No one is talking about this other than the Trends Journal. This is just the beginning. Remember, let's go back to 2023. It's not ancient history. Silicon Conman Valley Bank went bust. Remember that one? Oh, and then First Republic and Signature, and boom, down goes the markets and up goes gold. Very important. And Bitcoin's taking a hit. It's down to about 108,000, down some 3% today. Again, gold's bringing the prices down. People are looking for the safe haven assets. We got to see where this is going to go. We've been very bullish on Bitcoin, as you know. We got to see what the Trump team does to pump it up. And Brent crude down over 1%, selling at $61 a barrel. It's selling at this low level. Last year it was selling around average $80 a barrel because the global economy is in slowdown. More supply than demand. And what else we got here? China's consumers' prices fall as deflationary pressures persist. This is from today's Financial Times. And they go on to say that consumers have been reluctant to spend since the end of the COVID-19 pandemic. No. Number one, they called it a pandemic on March 11th, 2020, when the grand total of about 4,219 people died out of 8 billion. But people keep calling it a pandemic, even though it was not a pandemic. And the people dying of it had 2.6 pre-existing comorbidities. Let's go back to China. They launched it on Chinese Lunar New Year, the year of the rat. Go back to our Trends Journal, January 28th, 2020. 106 dead in China. Yeah, 1.4 billion still alive. What are you telling me this shit for? Then they had 3 years of zero COVID policy. They destroyed the lives and livelihoods of hundreds of millions of Chinese, just like they destroyed the lives and livelihoods all over the globe. And it has not come back. It'll come back. No, it won't come back. And don't forget, when you jerk off, masturbate your hands and stand 6 feet apart because the wind blows exactly in straight lines every 6 feet. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. All right? I'm your health minister. You do what I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why the deflation and their oversupply. But they don't say that. Factory activity also contracted for the past 6 months, the longest decline in 6 years. 6 years. Since they started the COVID war. Chinese rare earth export curbs threaten global supply chain. This again from the Financial Times. Very important. And you know, Trump put 100% tariff on it, going back and forth. Taco Trump. Trump always chickens out. We got to see where this is going to go. Very serious. Very serious. We wrote about it in detail in your Trends Journal. Trump enacts new tariffs on foreign wood products. Okay, do whatever you want. U.S. economy outlook lifted, this is Financial Times, as AI boom averts sharp slowdown. They're relying on AI to pump up the economy. They're overinvesting in it. There's going to be a dot-com bust. And they're just starting to talk about it now. Yep. Tech stocks have surged this year, carrying U.S. equity markets to a series of highs despite simmering concerns about what some companies will see a return of their vast outlays. Yeah, and the facts are most companies aren't seeing a return. They're losing dough. But important, AI, love it, hate it. It's the future, and it's where the world's going. An article in today's Wall Street Journal, Walmart forges deal with OpenAI to allow shopping with ChatGPT. It's the future. It's the future. And Google plans to invest $15 billion on an India hub, the first artificial intelligence presence in the country from Google. We're mentioning this because China and India are going to lead the world in AI. Each got 1.4 billion people. They're not dumb people. You put more brains together to make something happen, it's going to happen. And that's what's going to bring the dot-com bust. China's going to be the world leader. India will be fighting close behind them. IMF urges U.S. to deal with huge deficits sooner rather than later. Okay. This is why gold prices are going up. The deficit is undealable. Again, I tell the story about my father, may he rest in peace, telling me about my grandfather, may he rest in peace, 1933. He's dating my mother, may she rest in peace. And he said, I went over to your grandfather's house and he was wrapping up all those gold coins. I said, what are you doing? He said, the president wants us to return the gold to the country and I'm a good American. My father said, what are you crazy? Don't do it. He said, your grandfather started cursing at me at the time. Turned over all his gold. That was 1933. They got married in 1934. No, 1934? The Gold Reserve Act? After they stole the gold from the people of the United States for $20 and about 62 cents an ounce, they raised the price 70% to $35 an ounce. Going back to the U.S. debt, there is a strong probability that the United States will jack up the price of gold. Trump said he's going to go into Fort Knox to see what gold. He knows what's in there. And they're going to tell the story that we got more gold than anybody else in the world. And now gold is worth $10,000 an ounce. And because we got all this gold, we don't have a debt problem. Something like that can happen. And again, gold price, I never thought gold prices would go up this high, this fast. Did not think it. So with every spike, there's a decline. So you could see gold prices lose $200 easily. It just jacked up so fast. And so we got to see what will happen. It could lose $1,000. There's no question about it. I don't think 1,000, maybe 500. If it does, again, the world's buying it up because they see how bad things are. Finances sound alarm on standards after collapse expose riskier lending. Again, we just talked about one, and then the First Brands Group and Tricolor Holdings, Apollo Global Management, said the unraveling of the two businesses followed years in which lenders had sought out riskier borrowers. Again, every week in the Trends Journal, we show the bigs are getting bigger, the borrowing scams keep going on, and there's going to be a crash, and it's coming. Yeah, IMF warns of a $4.5 trillion private credit risk. It's going to happen. And this is why gold's going up and why they're not saying a peep by the prostitutes, the media whores that get paid to put out by the corporate pimps and government whoremasters. Again, nothing that we saw, if we're wrong, let us know, in today's Wall Street Journal. Go to CNBC.com, not a major story about it. And talking of AI, BlackRock AI Group to buy data center for $20 billion. BlackRock, huh? Isn't that nice? Private equity groups, venture capitalists, hedge funds did not exist when I was a young man. They own everything now. All we are plantation workers of Slavelandia. Yeah, Archer Aviation to buy Lilium's patent portfolio for only $20.9 million. Group offers $40 billion for Aligned Data Centers. That's the BlackRock one. Two biggest U.S. timberland owners strike deal to combine. Well, that's only a $7 billion deal. Yep. S&P Global buys data firm for $1.8 billion. So there you got it. The bigs are getting bigger. All this risk is out there. And the crash is going to come. That's why gold prices and silver prices are spiking the way they are. And people are pulling out of the cryptos to go to a real reserve currency, not one that's invented on thin air. Germany pledges $2 billion in aid to Ukraine to keep the war going. Great. The Germany that's in recession, that's okay. More for war. So they got a peace deal over there in Israel, right? Well, Israel forces continue to kill Palestinians in Gaza despite ceasefire. And this is in antiwar.com. Yep, 14 killed. And Trump threatens to go in and kill Hamas if Gaza killings continue. So they're killing each other over there in Hamas. And Trump warned, this is Agency France, we will have no choice but to go in there and kill them. We have no choice to go in there and kill them? What the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. But it was okay for Israel to go in there and kill the Palestinians? How about no choice? And how come you wouldn't kill them? They only killed 67,000 plus Palestinians. But Hamas says they're fighting with the people there. Are we going to go in there and kill them? What hypocrisy. Yep. They will disarm, and if they don't, we will disarm them. It'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. Isn't that nice? Violently. Isn't that not so nice? Again, I launched Occupy Peace. This is bullshit to me. And how about disarming Israel? Oh, Israel could kill who they want. They just forgot. They're the chosen people. U.S. strikes another vehicle off Venezuela, killing 6. They're making up this shit. Again, talking about one after another. U.S. authorities convert covert action in Venezuela to pressure Maduro. This is an article in today's New York Times. Again, they're talking about drug dealers. This is total fucking bullshit. You're killing innocent people. You get when somebody's, you charge them, you bring them to jail, to court to see what they did. You don't just kill them and say, I'm killing them because I say they got drugs on their boat. I'm killing them. Hey, but look at Trump's talk. He's going to be violent. We'll kill you, on and on and on. This is who he is. And again, no one's talking about, other than the Trends Journal. You can read the whole article here. The whole article. The Trump administration has secretly authorized the CIA to conduct covert action in Venezuela. Yep. Stepping up a campaign against Nicolas Maduro, the country's, you ready? Authoritarian leader. That's not journalism. You don't call him an authoritarian leader. You call him a leader. And you want to put the facts down about why you say so. But that's the propaganda that they sell you, so you hate who the United States is killing. No one's talking about what we're talking about, how the Trump administration back in 2019, when he was president, was trying to overthrow the Maduro government, putting that little boy Guaido in there. All right? Nobody talks about that. Had nothing to do with drugs. It has to do with oil. Venezuela is one of the richest countries in oil. Like I say, you think we would have invaded Iraq, Syria, Libya, and go into Venezuela if their major export was broccoli? You got it? War's a racket. This is important. Uncertainty as people seem to welcome a military coup in Madagascar. Youth-led protests. Then another one. Gen Z finds a voice in protests across Africa. Again, as trend forecasters, you look at things the way they are. Let's take a look at the mayor's race in New York City. A 33-year-old guy, little boy of nothing, leading the charge. Young people are voting for him. Young people have no future. That's why they're leading this. This surprises me. Nepal, too. They're all young people. They have no future. So the guy in New York's winning, he's getting the young votes, a young guy. This is very important to watch. Very important. Country after country. You're seeing Gen Z take to the streets. They have no future. To counter China, U.S. seeks stakes in companies. This is an article in today's New York Times. U.S. seeks stakes in companies. Again, there was this guy by the name of Mussolini. The merger of state and corporate powers is called fascism. Kavish. One big club and you ain't in it. Yep. In another article, everyday chemicals and plastics, pesticides, cookware linked to higher prostate cancer risk. This is in The Defender. What's his name? Kennedy. Kennedy's website. And they're killing us. All the plastics, all the poisons. And again, if there's a war, it's going to be, as Einstein said, he asked him what kind of weapons will be used. There's a cat that knew a thing about the atomic bomb in the Third World War. He said, I don't know, but they'll be using sticks and stones to fight the war. The world's going to shit in front of our eyes. You know why? Because shitheads are in control. We're the puppeteers. The puppeteers are running, and we, the people, are nothing more than the puppets. The politicians are the puppeteers. The people are their puppets. Be good little boys and girls and follow your leader. Yep. And don't forget to wear this mask. Yeah, the mask. Remember the mask? Yeah, the mask that says right on the box over here that these masks do not eliminate exposure to the risk of any disease or infection. But you got to wear them anyway. Anyway, we're doing everything we can to support you. You want to support the Trends Journal if you want history before it happens. So thanks for tuning in. See you soon.